Hello, Akko here again. Welcome to episode 33 of my Ultimate Feed the Beast Let's Play. I am up on the roof. A couple of things have changed. As I said last time, I made a little iron golem, put him up here. So now all them noisy spiders on the roof when I'm recording, you'll deal with them. And so he didn't jump off the edge, I've made little walls around. I've put like a little pagoda type thing around a hole in the roof for me to get down. And I put a little wall on the outside. You can see I've got another quarry on the go, and it's right near the house this time. In fact, it's right up against the wall of the basement there. This is a little bit closer than I usually do a quarry, but as it's a let's play and I'm on my own, I thought it was no real big deal. I'll probably cover all these over at some point, just give them like 2 or 3 layers of cracked sand just to cover it all back up. But for now it's alright. And I've been carrying on making solar panels as I can. So we've got a full row of advanced now, and we're running a little bit of advanced, and still only the one hybrid. But I've changed the way we're getting UU matter, and I'll show you that right now. If I jump down there, I changed this around a little bit. First thing to note that yesterday when I moved the MFSU block, it of course meant the array location card was wrong, so I had to destroy that and make a fresh one. When you destroy these, you get 2 electronic circuits back per sensor that you put in, per sensor card. So I've got 8 circuits back. It still costs quite a bit more than that to actually make them, but because each one takes a EU reader, so they take circuit, 4 cables and a glowstone, so it cost me a bit, but I remade a fresh one of them, so it's all correct again. Now you can see there's 10 million and 3 of these, and one of them's empty. That's because I've changed the way I'm making UU. I was leaving that on all the time, and that's just running off the solar panels. So as the solar panels get upgraded, this will gradually get faster. That's my thinking behind that. So we're starting pretty slow. I did have one of these running on that as well, but depending on what's coming through the system, these can run out if we've got too many. Sorry, this can run out if we've got another MFSU feeding that. At the minute, I suppose we could put it on there, but it's just, I'm in no massive rush. That's slowly working away. I made the last solar panel only about half an hour ago, so I don't expect there to be any UU matter in there. Possibly one. Oh, there's one in there. So we've got one in there at the minute. You can see the dusts have gone, or the dusts are kind of going. Got no dust in there at the minute. Every now and again you'll see the odd one pop in, but it pops back out straight away. That's because we've got this system sorted now. I stopped changing the ingots across to the IC2 variant. I'm just going to use them up. All the ingots are in kind of order anyway. All the first ones are the thermal expansion type, and then the second lots are the IC2 variant. So I'll just use these copper up, and before I get into this, copper, tin, silver and lead. The lead's all been changed, so copper, tin and silver, copper, tin, silver. I'll use these ones up before I use them ones up, so then it'll all be the same again at some point. I made a second one of these crafting machines, electric crafting table. Now, these can get backed up. If anything goes into the end slot there, it just creates a loop where things just keep looping in and out and everything backs up. I did have 8 things being fed into that, but I noticed it backed up a couple of times, so I've changed this a little bit. I've got 6 things going into that one. So copper, tin, iron, lead, nickel, zinc, and I've got 6 things going into that one. Platinum, titanium, gold, silver, a couple of new things there, emerald dust and olivine dust. So I guess the next step is to show you where they're coming from. Let's have a quick check on how much resources we've got. So we're doing quite well. Got 152 titanium, so that's from all the bauxite we processed. 17 chrome. I'm putting the odd bit of ruby dust. I'm putting the odd stack of rubies through the macerator, and then feeding the ruby dust into the centrifuge. Not the centrifuge. Should have been the electrolyzer. So I put them in the wrong one. Do that quite often. So that's got, yeah, that's got ruby dust in there for now, and I'll just set that bit of bauxite out for now and wait till we get some more again. Everything's been automatically processed. You see, I've got a little bit of emerald dust and olivine dust. I'll show you, like I said, I'll show you where that came from in a minute. Doing quite well on iridium. I've also got a second source of iridium now, so we can show you where that's coming from. I've got 31 iridium ingots, which is quite nice, and 5 nuggets there. And I think we've got a bit of, we're dealing with a little bit of platinum getting processed, so I'll have a few more nuggets there as well. So I guess the next step is to show where they're coming from, and they're coming from bees. Now, I showed you yesterday I was breeding the next set of bees. So if we look down here, I put the refined bee back in there that I took out, but what I've done for now is I've just turned the autarkic gate off, so that'll sit there, and if I ever want to, when I want to start that up again, all I've got to do is switch that to energy pulsar and that'll start up again. And I'll show you why. We're gradually running out of oily propolis, but really slowly. It's been like 3 days, maybe 4 days, and I'll show you how much we've lost. So that refined bee is working away. That one's just sat there for now. Industrious and Imperial still working away. Emerald Queen, this is getting the emerald dust, which we can turn into actual emeralds, or we can use the dust for making other stuff. Radioactive Queen, that's getting me uranium. And Valuable Queen, that's getting me platinum. And the Lapis Queen, because later on when we want to start making interdimensional storage units, they take like something like 8 stacks of lapis per one of them, and that's all we've got to now. And these are all fully upgraded bees. I'll show you the stats real quick. I've put these through the isolator, not the isolator, what's the damn thing called? This thing here, it's called inoculator. You see I've just been adding purified nodes to those 2 rocky princesses, and now I think they're finished, they can have a species imprinted onto them. So if we look at this valuable queen, longest lifespan, fastest speed, maximum pollen, still don't know if that does anything, but I bet a maximum anyway. Purify node, low fertility so they don't make any extra drones, and explorer. I've not upped the area on these, but I have on some of them. And as always, throw the bee on the floor. I'll just put this queen back where she belongs, and all these bees have got all the same stats there. Some of them have got the extra area as well, but I'm not sure if that makes a difference with the node purify either. And you can see I've done the same with these rockies. So now all I need to do is decide what species to give these, and that's all we have to do. Decide what species to give them the species, and then I've got 2 more rockies and I've got 5 drones that are all upgraded. I made them valuable already, so in fact, yeah, I want to be making them valuable, don't I? I think my valuable serum is upstairs, so I'll do that later. Maximum flowering, purify node, yeah. Emerald species, where's my valuable serum? Let's put this emerald species one away. And there, wrong one. And valuable species, there we go. So I'll turn these 2 queens into valuable queens, princesses. And I'll marry them up with 2 of them drones, and then we'll have 3 platinum bees on the go. Now I have got a plan for making a bee, an alvery that's fully upgraded. I'm going to use routers and frame housings and frames. I'm going to see how that goes. I think I can fit 27 frame housings in there. I'm going to dedicate an episode to that, I think. So there will be a bee episode coming pretty soon. So if you don't like bees, you may want to skip that one. Oh, well, I remember 500 subscriptions. Thank you very much, everyone. Really is appreciated. Thank you very much. Awesome. You're all awesome. I woke up this morning and I had 505 subs. As you say, I'm making this video a day before, so I'll be putting this one up tomorrow. Because I don't want to last week, remember, I missed a day, so I'm trying to do a day in advance now, so in case anything goes wrong. And last thing on bees, I also made Ruby, Princess and Drone. I've not done anything with yet, but I had the bees that I needed to breed them, so I thought I'd breed one. And I may not use that, but I'll see how much chrome I need. I may start using them to produce ruby dust to make more chrome. So, right, what do I want to get on today? There's a couple of things specifically I want to do. One thing I want to do is, this has been getting a bit full. I've actually just knocked the amount of power going in there down, but I don't want it to start spilling out if it gets full, so I've just made a couple of things. I've got a few pre-made things in here. This is going to give away what else I'm going to do in the episode. What I want at the minute is a wireless receiver and transmitter, and also there we've got some ME stuff. Now there's one more thing I want to make. I want to make a state cell, so we can just quickly jump in there. Okay, seems my textures have gone weird. So I've got no NAI. What have I done? Is that F2 that does that? No, it's not F2, is it? It's oh, that's what it does. Yeah, oh, does that. Right. I didn't realise I'd done that. What we're looking for? We're looking for state cell. There it is. Silicon chip. I don't think I've got a silicon chip left because I think I've made 3 state cells already. That's right, I've not got one, so I need red dot wafer, I think, for a silicon chip. Let's clear them out of there a minute. I'm pretty sure silicon chip is, yep, it is. And we'll see if we've got everything else. And what I'm making here is just a little bit of security, a little bit of extra security on the quarry, so that if it overflows, there's it'll turn the quarry off, so we don't end up losing loads of materials. Because sometimes you can get a situation where something gets backed up and it'll never run back, so you just end up, the quarry will keep running, keep throwing things on the floor. So what we want here is transmitter. No, we don't. Not yet, we don't anyway. We need another thing. We need cobblestone. We need an autarkic gate. We need a cobblestone transport pipe, and we need a bit of gravel. Of course, we need a structure pipe. That's not gravel, that's gravel. And is it one bit of gravel? It is. Put that bit of stone back, and what we can do is we can add structure pipe onto there, autarkic gate onto the structure pipe, set the autarkic gate so that inventory full equals redstone signal, and then we need to give this a frequency, so let's call it overflow. Always do that wrong, should always give it a frequency first. Let's call it 1001. Have we got 1001 set to anything? We have now. I think these are all 998. Yeah, these are all 900s. So 1001's good. And I didn't give it a name. So let's go back to 1001. Give it a name. Overflow. So that's added to the system now. And then down here we can get rid of this lever, and so I want to do it off a state cell, so we can put a state cell there. I'm going to set that to, let's set it to 3 minutes, and then I want the receiver there like so. I'll set that to overflow as well, and now that should be good. That this is set enabled low, so what will happen is, just to test this out, let's trigger this by changing the condition on there to space and inventory. Let's turn that on. We can turn that back off again, and that should turn off. But what that should have done is trigger a signal, so that turned that on. So now we've got a redstone signal going to the energy cell for 3 minutes. For 3 minutes, no power as we go into the tesseracts, and pretty soon, because there is a bit of an internal buffer, you should see there it's already stopped. So that stopped the quarry for 3 minutes. So if that chest there ever gets full, it just cuts out for 3 minutes. 3 minutes may be a bit much. Maybe do it for 30 seconds just to clear the backlog. What we can also do is make a howler alarm, add that to that, and that lets me know whenever I log in or whenever anything bad happens, a howler alarm will let you know real quick something's amiss. But I'll add a howler alarm off camera, and I'll show you that next episode. So the thing I wanted to do was, it's about time we started doing some ME crafting, and that's our network. So I've made the bits we need. I'm going to go for a basic 4x4, which is the one that it shows you on Direwolf's Mod Spotlight and on the Applied Energistics wiki. So the things we need: containment walls. You need to do all the edges with these. Pretty straightforward, just gold, iron, quartz crystals. So we're going to make a box. I don't want it there. We're going to make a box out of these. I've got the right amount for a 4x4. There, and then build the walls up. Not there. Tool. And then build the roof. Like so. I didn't want them there, I bet. So literally just making a cage out of these containment walls. Really making a mess of this, come on. And final tool there. So there's a cage, and now we need to fill in the walls. Well, not all of them yet, because we need access still. So these are heat vents. I'll show you how you make them. They are just iron bars, iron and ME cable. So again, very straightforward, quite cheap. What you want to do is you want to do all the walls, floor and ceiling out of them. And then before we do this last wall, we put our things inside that we need. And again, I've gone for the example one off the wiki. I can always change this later on. You need two things inside there. You need a pattern provider and you need CPUs. Now I believe you need at least one of each. No, you don't. You need at least one pattern provider. That's it. You can do a 3x3, so just have one hole in the middle. You need at least one pattern provider. The CPUs just speed up crafting, so they're not needed, the CPUs, but we made some anyway. And before I put that one in, I'll show you how I make that. Oops. Crafting CPU. This one takes an advanced processor, which we've seen before. I was making the storage units, and some glowstone, so that's a little bit more expensive. There's 4 of them in there, and then our last 4 spots patching providers. Let's have a look how we make them. These take a storage cell each, and conversion matrix, and an advanced processor. So this all adds up. That was my Skype beeping, I apologise for that. Crafting table, so these are a little bit more expensive as well, but they go in there. 4 of them, like so. And then we complete the structure by finishing it off, and there it turned into a multi-block structure. And now we've got 4 pages of assembler chamber, which is a funny combination of words. Assembler chamber. We've got 4 pages there because we put 4 of the pattern providers in there. And if we connect that up to our network, get rid of that, and I'll just get a bit of cable. Where's where's my cable? Let me just get rid of that because it's bugging me. Get out my inventory. And wafer. Where'd that lever come from? Have I knocked that off something, not realised? Who knows? Who knows these things? We need a piece, maybe a few pieces of cable. I've got a bit carried away with it. Yeah, I did a bit of maths wrong. I've ended up with quite a lot of cable. Probably didn't need that much. All we need to do now is connect that to there, and that should put our power usage up some more, up to 79 units. Speaking of power usage, you may notice I've taken the wireless access terminal off. I'm not going to use it. I'll probably never use that thing in my inventory, so for now I've got rid of it. I've not destroyed it or anything. It's in there. It can be used again if I find myself wanting to use it, but I think it's very nice, but I don't think it's something I'd use much. So for now I've just got rid of that. I also moved these two a little bit closer just because I'm going to be using them more now. Now the other thing you need for this is, the one thing I've not shown you is the blank patterns. And a blank pattern is, again, quite straightforward: glowstone, quartz crystal, iron. And this is what you use in your pattern encoder. I think we can only put one at a time in there. We can, and now we can start crafting stuff. So what should we go with? Oh, it's all very scary. What should we go with, actually? Now this is going to require a change on a few of these, I think. I'm going to have to start putting interfaces on top rather than buses. And I don't think interfaces will put things in, but they won't let things in go through a bus as well. So it's either or, which is a bit, I don't know if it's a bit of an oversight. I asked the mod maker algorithm X2 is called, or is that squared, if we can actually add multiple things in, and it showed me a picture of a pretty convoluted system using an extra network, which means extra power, an extra controller and stuff like that. I don't really like it. And same for this. If I wanted to craft things in the macerator, for example, then I'd have to have an interface on top. But because there's an interface on top, it means I've not got an export bus on top. So I'd need two macerators, I think. One that has things automatically going into it, and one that has the interface on for processing stuff. It's a little bit off, I think. I think they need to be integrated so that an ME interface will do the same job as an export bus, but then because it's an ingredient in the export bus, you'd never need an export bus. So there's issues there. You need to be able to combine them, I think. You need a block that's an ME interface and an export bus, I think. Anyway, I'm getting a bit sidetracked. What's one of the first things we're going to do? So I was going to do carbon plates, but for carbon plates we need to be able to put coal into dust through the macerator there, and that means I need an interface on there, and that means that these things won't go in there automatically. So I think my only option is two macerators, which means doubling up on all the equipment. So I think that's the way he wants it to go. I mean, because I can't put multiple bauxite or ruby dust into electrolyzer, it looks like I'm going to need at least two electrolyzers, possibly more for more of the things. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a shortfall of the system, but we'll see how it goes. Now, think of something to craft. What I'm going to need a lot of pistons. Let's go with a piston. So one of them, and is it four? It's 3 wood in it. 3 wood and 4 cobble. So 3 wood and 4 cobble. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I think that's right. I've not made a piston for a day or two. There we go, piston. So we can encode that. Oops. can encode that. And now that's a piston. And that was my escape again. Apologise again. And we can put the piston in there. If you press shift in there, you can see what's what. And now, in our access terminal, if we look down somewhere, there should be a piston in there somewhere. Will it just stack onto the extra pistons we've already got? Right, how do you work then, sir? Stored craftable, let's just look at craftable only. Well, craftable's there, okay. Stored craftable. Now will it only show if there's no actual pistons in there? Let's take them out. See if we can see a piston now. This is all a little bit new to me. First time I've done this part of the mod. There we go, it's down there. Okay, so was that there when the pistons was in? So I put them pistons back in. And let's go down. So it looks like that's not showing when there's actually pistons in the system. That's kind of nice. So it doesn't clutter things up with things you've already got made, perhaps. How about that, or I'm just not seeing it. But now, if we go to craftable, click on that there, and I get this little window up and I can craft more pistons. So I had 31 in there. If I click that, go back to stored craftable, there should be 32 there now. And there is 32. Excellent, so that's working nice. Put that stuff back, and we can start building up things that we want to craft. So copper cable is another good one. Let's do that. 3 of them, and in fact, because it's only ghosts, we only need actually one of each item, don't we, to make that. So we can go rubber, 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 copper, copper, copper. Put in a blank pattern, click encode, sorry, and now we can sling that in there. We've got piston and copper cable in there. So you just build up. We've got 4 pages of stuff, so we can have loads of recipes in there. I can start building things up for all the stuff I want to craft, and then you can just craft anything that you ain't got from the interface there, which is pretty excellent. I've got to admit, very nice. And some of the things will be more convoluted, like I want to make carbon plates. So carbon plates, if we've only got coal in there, it needs to be able to turn the coal into dust, and then it needs to be able to compress the raw carbon mesh. So it's going to need interfaces on macerator and compressor and stuff like that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It might take a little bit of a restructuring of how the machines are. I've also realised I'm going to have to bring in some of this thermal expansion stuff. I'm going to want sand production on a level indicator and stuff like that, and flint not so much. But I'm going to be able to get. I want to be able to get sand on demand out of the system and make glass and stuff like that. So that's all the things we need to add to the system. So I'm going to cut the camera there. That's kind of what I wanted to achieve for this episode. So I'm going to find out who's Skyping me. I'm going to see how long the episode is. And, well, one last thing before I go. Power armor. I've started it. I've made the table, which looks pretty awesome. I've got to admit, it looks like something from Star Wars. That done it awesome. And I made the first item, which was a pair of boots that I've got no texture for. I wonder where they went. Because I've got no texture for it, I'm never going to be able to find them, am I? But I did have, I think, a pair of boots. And they may be in here somewhere. But who knows? They're invisible, so who knows? I've probably thrown them on the floor, or they could be anywhere. They could be anywhere. There's 2 types of recipe for the power armor stuff. I want to filter by mod here. I want to go down to machine uses modular power suits, and that'll bring us up. There's still all this extra stuff that's always in, but all these things here are for the things. Oh great, we've got, alright, I've got textures now. I didn't have textures yesterday, I don't know why. I made another video on switch textures back and forward, so that's maybe change it. There's two recipes. There's a GregTech version and there's a normal IT2 version. Now I presume at some point Greg will be disabling the normal version because it's miles cheaper. If you look at that, that just takes some wiring, which is gold nuggets and redstone, and some iron, whereas that one takes machine parts and an advanced circuit or some such data store, or Tactic Diamond Gate, or a data storage circuit. And I mean, so much more expensive doing the GregTech variant on all of these. So I'm presuming it'll be looking to disable this version if you've got GregTech in the pack. I, of course, I'm going to make it with this version because it's miles cheaper, and it goes the same for all the upgrades as well. Oh, so I made a power tool. I've got a power tool somewhere, and then all these upgrades. I mean, that's solenoids and ender pearls, whereas that one needs vacuum hardened tungsten steel, which means you need, first of all, you need tungsten, then you need a machine to make it into vacuum hardened. I can't remember what the machine's called. Vacuum freezer. There we go. So you need to get tungsten. Then you need to make it into hot tungsten steel, which is through an industrial blast furnace with steel, and then you need to put that through a vacuum freezer. So that recipe is miles more expensive on the GregTech variant. So if you're going to make a modular power suit and you plan to keep your server running a while, I'd suggest you do it now while this is still available. So I'll probably get on with this in the next day or two. Right, as I said, I'm going to cut the camera. I'm going to see how long the episode is even, and see if it's long enough to wrap up. I'll wrap it up. If not, I'll work out what else to do. So I'll see you in a bit. And we're back again, and the video is about half an hour long, so I'm going to wrap up in just a minute. First of all, though, I'll just put that back. I am going to, let's make these items real quick. Just pretty straightforward. 2 wiring, 3 ingots. Get me the helmet. 3 ingots. So there's a helmet, and then chest. 2 wiring, and 7 was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Gets me the chest. There's a power tool. It wasn't the chest back there, you may have noticed. I forgot. I thought it was boots that I made. I forgot. And then 2. So we need some more wiring. So throw that together. Is not like that. It's the other way around. 2 gold nuggets. Some redstone. Get some more of that. And was it like that? It was. And then I just saw the boots. Boots are straightforward, like so. So there's our items. And now, because we've got items in inventory, if we click on there now, you can actually see what's what in the tinker table. This is called a tinker table, by the way. There it is. Look at the recipe for that. Again, 2 variants for that. There's a simple version with an emerald, lapis, and some iron, and then there's a GregTech version that needs a advanced machine block and a computer monitor and stuff. So I made it with the easy version, and because we've got these things in the inventory now, you can see what can go into each of them. And for example, if I want a jetpack in there, I need to make iron thrusters. And now the hell do I make iron thrusters then? Interesting. No idea. So this is something I need to have a look around, see what's what. Swim boost, uphill step assist. There's lots of things that can go into all these. Quite a lot to it. Oh, look at that, you can put your thermic goggles into there. Excellent. Hologram emitter. That's nice, isn't it? So yeah, lots of things we can add to this. So I think I'm going to watch the spotlight so I know what I'm doing. maybe have a look on the wiki. But we've got all the bits at least. And as you can see, I've got Movie Maker open now, so that I'm lagging like I always do. I was going to put them on there for now. Oh. And apparently they don't show on there. It's a shame. Well, okay, I'll put them on me just to show you what they look like. Let's see what we look like with these on. Oof. And then the boots. And you can change the colour and all kind of stuff with these. And let's put the claw on as well. So there, looking like a techno badass. You can't see my eyes. I'm going to keep running into walls if I wear that, aren't I? Excellent. Well, there we go. That's the basics of the power armor. And I'll work out how to mod them, and we'll make us a decent set of power armor. But I still do look pretty badass just with my usual stuff on there. I do like that power claw. It looks awesome. And you can see it in your hand when you're running about. Of course, because there's no mods in that does nothing at the minute. Something else you need to add stuff to. You can add all kind of stuff to that as well. Change the colour, give it a plasma cannon, melee assist, all kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. We can take tiny dust off the list there. We can take ME crafting off the list, even though I need to expand it some more. I've done some bees off camera. I've done no autocraft. Oh, mystcraft. I made some mystcraft ages. They're mostly not very good ones at the minute. One of them was a flat weld, that one there. I'll just jump in there real quick. Just to show you. It's a dark horrible flat weld, but it is a flat weld. So I could, in theory, quarry in here, but it's got some twilight forest trees and stuff that make it a bit laggy. I had quite a few crashes, server crashes, when I was trying to make some of these welds. If they've got a lot of things to load in, like twilight forest, massive trees, or if it's a cave weld, they can be a bit temperamental when you're first loading them in for the first time. So I made a few of them, and generally you find that every weld you make, within 100 meters or so of the entrance to it, you will find an abandoned library, which is there. So I made about 9 welds, and this is rung true for every weld I've made up to now. There's always been an abandoned library. I'm gonna have to fight my way into here. Things everywhere, because this looks like it's a permanent twilight weld as well. Get off this far. I can get in there now, and I've took most of the stuff out of here already, but let's put a torch down so we can see. In these, you have bookshelves all the way around. In one of these corners, either that one or that one, there's always a chest with some more pages in, and then on these lecterns there'll be some pages. So you've got a good source of books. I've got a few stacks of books back at the house. I've got quite a few pages, so we'll just go back there real quick, and I'll show you that, and then I'll wrap up. If you want to see me do a bit of mystcraft stuff, I will do a bit on camera, but there's a lot to get through, and I know some people from watching other videos find it boring doing mystcraft stuff like foundcraft or bees. Basically what you do is you put a bit of paper into there. That creates a descriptive book. Descriptive book's random. You can put that in there, and that'll create random stuff. But you can go in there and get pages. So when you come out, you can put your page into a notebook. So you can see I've got quite a few pages. These are all different modifiers you can add, so you can actually make specific welds. So a couple of things that I'm going for that I've not got yet. I want single biome, and I want flats. So I can make a single biome flat meadow weld. Now if you look at my biomes, I've got meadow biome, and there's all kind of biomes. Lots of mushrooms biome, sounds fun. Twilight swamp, forest hills, all kind of stuff. You can pretty much make a bespoke weld. So the first weld I want to make is a bespoke mining weld. I want to give it like villages, so I can get mystcraft vendors and stuff. I kind of want no weather, permanent day, stuff like that. Make a real nice mining world. So that's something I'm on with, and I'll probably show a bit of that on camera when I've got a bit more time, but there's quite a lot to fit in at the minute with the crafting and that. So I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for watching, as always. I hope you join me next time. I hope it was entertaining, and see you soon. Cheers. Bye.